Imagine I'm in a polygamous household. I'm the man in a polygamous household, and I have my sister wives. And let's say I fuck Quadesia 2 nights in a row. You know what I'm saying? Taquana and Jalasia gonna feel the kind of way. So the next day for dinner, you know what I'm saying? Taquana and Jalasia's kids getting the big piece of chicken, and Quadasia's kids getting the retarded piece of the wing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? How do we patch that up? How do we fix this? And that's why I say you gotta run it like a boot camp. Even the intimacy, everything gotta be scheduled, everything gotta be, you know what I'm saying, aligned, because every little bit, any little thing can be perceived as favoritism. Any little thing can be perceived as an insecurity, you know? And you know, as humans, we're all insecure about something. Ultimately, the reason I was suggesting polygamy is because if working adults or just income earning adults, or just even if they're struggling, if struggling adults can pool their resources, they could possibly get off government assistance. And that's a nightmare for the government. If all these people working together, pulling their resources together, taking care of their own kids. So mind you, the child support is getting circulated through the home. You know what I'm saying? They don't need daycare. They got daycare at the home. So if the child is like young toddler age, you know what I'm saying? They could possibly even homeschool. So now they're taking them out of the public school system. You know what I'm saying? And whatever little bit of food stamps they get, they pulling that together and feeding everybody with. You know what I mean? So it's like, so the government really not, at first in the front end, the government is losing money from polygamy, but in the long term, it would benefit the government, because now you have more well-rounded, productive citizens. You got children less likely entering into lives of crime, and then now that collapses the prison industrial complex. So yes, I could see how the government would be against it. I could see how the government would see it as not unprofitable, if you will. You know, we can very much plug holes in a dam with polygamy. You know what I mean? These single women out here struggling, putting their kids through all sorts of things. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping with men for money while the kid is next to them. You know what I'm saying? Like these kind of things that these women are doing, they wouldn't have to do if they would just tuck their tail in between their legs and say, hey, let's work it out. Really, hey, let's work it out. Like, that is so hard for a lot of these black single mothers. And I don't know why. The pride is just so ridiculous. And what the Bible say? Pride come before the fall. But it seems counterintuitive for them to rather struggle than get along with their baby daddy and be financially sufficient. You know what I'm saying? That don't add up for me. Like how bad is that man? How bad is that man really? But anyway, that's another conversation. You know, a lot of times in most domestic violence situations, it's the women who initiates the domestic violence. So now imagine these women getting together saying, you know what I'm saying? All right, here's the plan. See, here's the plan. Yeah, we're gonna do this, right? And imagine them ganging up on that man, and then, you know, when the cops come, you know what I'm saying, trying to make it seem as though he put his hands on, like, and then the cops are gonna be like, wait, so you beat up all 3 of these women, really? Like, all at one time? You know what I mean? Like, it'll be a thing. The domestic. And, you know, we talk about emotional instability and, you know, trauma issues and scarcity mindset issues, and all of these things, all of these psychological frictions and traumas are what leads to a lot of the domestic violence in these homes. You know what I'm saying? So would a polygamous situation heighten the domestic violence? Would it, you know what I'm saying? Would it bring it more to light? Would it increase it, make it more frequent? You know what I'm saying? If these people have unresolved psychological issues from their past, you know, it's something to question. If the single mother raised women get together, you know what I'm saying, they can form a great village, they can form a great community. However, they still would require the leadership of a man. And that's the hard part. That's the part that they're not familiar with or accustomed to. And that's what they'll buck up against. Another significant challenge is hyper-independence. Many adults raised in environments marked by financial hardship or inconsistent support develop a survival mindset centered on self-reliance. This is where the I don't need no man come in. Or if you got your own, you ain't got to worry about no ninja, right? All of these talking points that black women hold dear. They hold dear because they're bitter baby mamas, they're bitter mother, Gen X or baby boomer mothers, pass that generational spiritual curse on down to them. They imbued that spirit and that energy and that mentality onto them, right? But it's all a survival mechanism. It's all survival and coping. You know what I mean? Because in the same breath, in the same whim, you know what I'm saying, these women will be out here in these streets looking for love, only to get dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad. It's sad. But it's a vicious cycle. Individuals who grew up with limited financial or emotional resources may become especially sensitive to perceived inequality. And if they're especially sensitive, they go from 0 to 10 real quick. This is why poor single mothers act ratchet and make scenes all the time and blow up over little shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a scarcity mindset. You know what I mean? And one thing I've learned is you can never compete with someone's mindset. You could tell them the sky's blue, or till you blue in the face, and they'll tell you that the sky is purple. You could bring down God from heaven, and they'll tell you, like, well, why you ain't bring Jesus? You know what I'm saying? It's never enough. It's never enough for a lot of women. You know what I mean? And that's their cross to bear, no pun intended. So if the new sister wife is a complete stranger, so let's say we got Quadeja and Taquana in the house, you know what I'm saying? And we got a nice little system going, and I pick up Julie and I say, hey guys, Julie's gonna be our new wife. And Quadeja and Taquana like, who this bitch? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little rough around the edges, you know what I'm saying? We got to work some things out, you know what I mean? And I got to switch up the schedule, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I get Quadeja on Mondays, I get Jalasia on Wednesdays, you know what I'm saying? And Friday nights I get Julie, you know what I'm saying? And then now Quadeja's mad because Friday, she had something special in mind on Friday, but now Julie come along and fucked up her whole situation. I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't quote me. Get off the internet. And I'm saying that as I'm on the internet, right? But the internet is lying to you. People go 50-50 all the time. Most couples are 50-50. Most of them. Don't let these red pillars, these red pills and these sprinkles warp your mind. You know what I'm saying? 50-50 works. It works for a reason. Relationships operate according to a different set of principles. One's governed by trust, emotional attachment, fairness, communication, conflict resolution. I'll repeat that, black people. Conflict resolution. Hello, black people. Are you listening? Hello, black people. Conflict resolution. And yes, if intimacy was never exemplified, I noticed that a lot when I date women who were raised without their fathers. I noticed the biggest turnoff to me would be a lack of intimacy. You know what I'm saying? These women don't know how to hug and kiss. All they know how to do is take dick. Like, I'm just being real. And this is the key reason why a lot of these women be blowing up their relationships. They don't know how to trust. They don't know how to be intimate with a man non-sexually because they've never seen it or experienced it. And when they do experience it, it scares them, and then they start punching air. They start making up reasons to fight. You know what I'm saying? When it gets good, they run. The Bible says the wicked run when no one is chasing them. A plural household requires an unusual high level of confidence that the husband will lead fairly. That man got to know what he's doing. He got to know what he's doing. He has to have a plan. And a lot of these pookies, these single mother raised pookies who are knocking up these women left and right, they're hardly men. They're not men at all, really. A lot of them. I know they act tough and they tote a lot of guns, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But they're not men. Being tough and being a man are two different things. I think these polygamous situations will bring to the surface a lot of the mental health, the mental unhealth that a lot of black people have, and it'll bring it to the surface and bring it to the surface in a way where they have to face it and deal with it. Like in a single mother household, you know what I'm saying? You could shove a lot under the rug, and I think a lot of black women like it that way. In a married couple household, you could shove some things under the rug, but that other spouse will reflect it back to you. You know what I'm saying? But in a polygamous situation, like if the husband don't reflect it back to you, you got 1, 2, 3 sister wives who will. You know what I'm saying? You can't hide. You can't run from your shadow. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a bunch of baby mamas all in, you the man of the house, and a bunch of your baby mamas, all your baby mamas is in the kitchen, fixing up food for you, them, and the kids. You know what I'm saying? All working together. How tired would you be of cooking when all you got to do is wash dishes? How tired could you be of cooking when all you got to do is stir the beans? All you got to do is flip the burgers. You know what I'm saying? You got one job. Just wipe the tables off. Wipe the dishes clean after baby mama number 2 gets done washing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, simple. Chop the onions. Here, sis, go ahead, chop some onions while I peel the skin off this chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like make it happen. Imagine what that does. What that does to a child to see their mom and their auntie or sister mom, working together, happily cooking for them and their siblings and their extended siblings. You know what I'm saying? That kind of village environment, that kind of family, that kind of big family environment. What that does, like how much that warms a child's heart. Imagine if you were a child in that situation. You'd be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And you see dad sitting there like he just come home from work. Oh man. Anyway, but in hard times, 50% of your income going know what I'm saying? That's a heavy blow. Now that other spouse is looking at you like, so what we gonna do? You know what I mean? But not in a polygamous situation.